Hello, test 1, 2. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to it. Hey, look, this isn't the mountain bike trail. This is somewhere else. This is a very different video to the ones that I normally do. Firstly, yes, I am still here. I'm still active. I'm still doing stuff. I've just been very, very busy, and I'll explain why shortly. First of all, I want to say a massive thank you to the 12,000 plus viewers, you guys, that tuned in for February's video. I think it was February. Oh, anyway, I'll put a link up to that video up here, or is it over there? I think it's up here. But anyway, on to the reason you tuned into this video. What's going on? Hey, I think this has been the busiest I've ever been in my entire life. How old am I? 30, am I 31? 30, I think I'm 30. I'm 32. This is what happens when you get older, kids. You forget how old you are. Yeah, incredibly busy, and I'm gonna explain exactly why in a moment. I'm gonna break it down. But I just want to assure you that content it's still on the way. It's just, I want to move away from the current format or previous format, as it were, where I was producing one video every week, landing on a Sunday. I'd like to do that, I really would. I just don't have the time for it. So what I'm gonna focus on now is more variety, less frequency, but higher quality. So the video should be better, hopefully. Not to say that any of the other videos were of low quality, but I'll give you some examples. I'm gonna ring off some numbers just to give you an idea of what I mean. So I've got a list here. In the past, I have done 12 videos at Mount Cotton, 13 videos at Sanford, 7 videos at Bunya, 5 Daisy Hill, and 7 at Hidden Vale Adventure Park. And obviously there's other places like Castle Hill and Cornubia and Bayview, where I've done several videos on. But you get to a point where it's all kind of the same, isn't it? There's only so much you can say or do to add to the existing library. Obviously your riding changes, your bikes change, your peak we ride with change, but essentially things stay the same. There is entertainment value from an aspect of, the conversations that I have and the antics that we get up to and the mechanicals and all that fun stuff. But essentially I'm writing the same stuff week to week. So I want to start moving away from that. I want to bring you stuff that you might not have seen before. And that was always the intention, but I kind of fell into the trap of, hey, Sanford's just like 30 minutes down the road, so why don't we just go there with a camera, do an easy video. I want to take you to some places that I haven't been to. I want to go down south to Duck Creek. That's on the list. What's the other one? That dry place that everyone's been to. Corralbin. Haven't been there yet. Just out of town. I want to go up to Bundaberg. Here it's really good up there. Cairns would be nice. You got a bit of taste of that when I went up for my trip to Townsville a few months ago. One of the videos can be seen up here. I think it's up here. I don't know, there maybe. That was quite fun, and it was a unique look into the riding of Northeast Queensland. Northeast Queensland? Far North Queensland. Although Townsville's technically North Queensland. Is it far North Queensland? I think Cairns is far North Queensland. Either way, I want to do more variety, and even stuff like product insights, like I did the video on the Thule XTR bike carrier. That was quite a successful video for insight, for people looking to buy, that sort of thing. It's not something I want to do a lot of because I don't want to become a review, product channel exclusively, because it's quite easy content to make, but at the same time, I'd rather be entertaining for the sake of entertainment instead of being informative. Does that make sense? So on top of that, I want to exactly explain why there's been such a drought of content over the past few weeks. My first excuse, and I'm going to refer to these as excuses because essentially they are. So the first one, I did a big trip with Johnny the G, which you might have already seen if you follow him, and if not, up there, We went to Mount Buller in Victoria for some high country mountain biking. Now, Rocky Trail was hosting 2 rounds of their Enduro series for Victoria down there. So I decided, hey Johnny, I got the room booked, I got the car hired. Don't ask me about how much the car cost to hire. I'm like, dude, all you need is a plane ticket. I got you, man. Just bring your bike. So yeah, we went down for that. That was quite fun. And I took the camera gear, which is the stuff that I'm filming on right now. Very nice, high quality camera and lens, which I'll go into later. And yeah, so first day riding, and then 2 days of filming exclusively of the race. I didn't race the race, I would have liked to, but I got some really nice footage, which I'm excited to share with you. I guess that in itself could be an excuse. I'm working on a new video, and it's obviously a Mount Buller video. It's a big video, man. A full day of filming on the GoPro, and then, a full day on the DSLR, and then another full day on the DSLR, plus bits in between, and I'm trying to create some narrative story out of this. It's kind of hard. It's like doing a 1,000-piece jigsaw. Well, once you get it going and you got a bit of a base, it's easy to do, but it's the getting started part which is hard, and I'm still going through all the footage, which takes some time, but keep an eye out for it. It should be nice when it's done. And so another excuse, let's call this excuse number 2, and I think a few of you can resonate with this, is, well, the floods, the SEQ floods. Wow, what an event that was. Yeah, well, that kind of knocked out a good few weeks of riding for everyone. I know that Sanford was up and running pretty quickly, but like I said before, that would have been my, 16th video on Sanford. Do we really want to see another one? Some people might, but for variety's sake, I just decided, hey, let's get the trails repaired. We'll worry about filming it later. And eventually I did. I did the previous video, which you can watch here again. I'm linking a lot of things up here, aren't I? I've never done this before, so I hope I'm doing it right. That was the trail rebuild on Mount Cotton, and yes, beautiful, so good, man. And if you haven't watched it, if you haven't been, just get onto it, man. It's so much fun. Third excuse, and this is kind of a big one for us. Amongst all the chaos that has been the market, Sarah and I finally managed to buy a 2-bedroom unit, and it took us like 9 months. The price that we paid for the unit is probably more than it would have been worth 12 months ago. But in saying that though, I think we got a pretty good deal, all things considered. It's a 1970s build, brick unit, none of the cheap, horrible stuff that they're building these days with the cladding and the questionable build quality. I'm feeling very fortunate. It couldn't have come at a better time. You combo with the floods, rental crisis, and just, I don't know, there's a lot going on, a lot of nastiness, and I really feel for those people trying to find rentals. It's tough, man, and I'd be exactly where you guys are if it wasn't for 9 months of early Saturday mornings with 50 other people trying to look at the same 2-bedder. Everyone says, I hate this phrase, don't ever say this around me. I hate it when people say, it's what it is, or rather, it is what it is, because it's such a nothing answer, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just a conversation ender in a way. You bring up a valid concern, and then someone says, it is what it is. Well, why is it like that? Why can't we change things? But I digress. Number 4. Now this is incredibly exciting for me. This is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and like I said before, 32, not getting any younger, but still young enough that I can jump on something like this and kind of make a go for it. I've started a business, and the business is called Compass Videography. You can, hey, look, there's that finger again, pointing up. Check it out there. Yeah, it's essentially the name. It's me. I come and I film whatever you want, except weddings. I don't do weddings. I've got quite a rich history of production, or pre-production, production, and post-production work in Southeast Queensland, advertising background. So I've learned a lot about the process of creating content. As you might have seen from, well, what I assume people think is high quality content on this YouTube channel. I mean, I think it's alright. But yeah, I'm here. I've got a website, I've got rates. The idea is I want to be as transparent and simple to use as possible. A lot of the time when you're dealing with videographers or production companies, it's like a client will go, hey, I want someone to film something or promote something or what have you. And they'll go, right, what camera would you like to use? Do you need an assistant director, a gaffer grip? Do you need a sound recorder? What type of lenses do you need? Do we need to worry about primes or macro lenses or anything fancy like that? What about catering? Do you need us to get permits? It just kind of snowballs, and a lot of the people that are trying to create content like this, they might not necessarily know a lot about the process. Do they really need 10 people, arriving to do something that one person could do? Well, sometimes yes, sometimes no. So, hey, I've got a camera, I've got the experience. My rates are transparent. Not only can I shoot it, but I can edit it, grade it, sound mix it, publish it, I don't know, everything. Cloud backed up, insured, drones, gimbals, tripods, audio, lapels, all sorts of things. Don't get me started on lenses, it's a whole rabbit hole. Anyone that's done photography or video work knows the absolute rabbit hole of acquiring a library of lenses. So I like to keep it simple, and you'll see that on my website. Just an hourly rate, man. I charge how long it takes to do. Some people would think, hey, that's quite a lot of money per hour, but what are you getting? You're getting myself, which in itself, I mean, isn't that worth the going rate? I mean, you got me, my expertise, all of the gear, full stop, and if there's something in particular you need, I will source it. I'm very mobile as well. I like to be self-sufficient in a way that I can just have a backpack full of gear, and that's all I need. I don't need to run back to Vans or anything. But having said that, if you need me somewhere, I will get there. My motto is go anywhere, film anything. And I really mean that. Obviously, I've got the Jimny, which is capable of low range 4x4ing to get up some tricky fire rates. Or, if need be, hey, I can jump on my mountain bike. And if that doesn't work, well, I can just shoot the drone up in the sky and film that for you. Anyway, I'm selling my business too much. If you need something filmed, consider me. And if you're a charity or a non-for-profit, you get a discounted rate because I like what you do. Fifth excuse, well, there isn't really an excuse. I mean, there's just a few things that have caught my attention and drained all of my time. Yeah. But like I said, more content is always to come. I love making videos here, and I absolutely love what I do. And I just love getting people out on mountain bikes. If you're an advanced rider, checking out the newest trails at Mount Cotton, or you're a beginner, having a look to see how gnarly the trails are at Daisy Hill. And, believe me, they are gnarly. And wet, of course. Just good to create. That's what I'm all about. That's why I started Compass Videography. I want to create, more content to come. And I might see you on the trails. Have a good one.